When we Google a Bitcoin company, say any coin in website, it says the worth of the company, say 90 million. The following day, you see in the news, they declare bankruptcy. So what will happen with the investment?
I'm sorry, the microphone might be a bit echoey. I didn't really understand the question.
So I'm asking, if you bought an investment like Bitcoin or any small coin company, and you see in the Google the worth of the company, say 90 million, the following day they declare bankruptcy, what will happen to your coin?
Okay, so if I bought a token and the value of that token crashes and the company declares bankruptcy, what then?
I mean, I think that could go for any investment that you make.
So it will be considered like stock, or because the other guy said you cannot file any fraud or any complaint to anybody.
Well, I think that's changing. That's definitely changing as the securities regulators are weighing in on investments. And whenever I do these things and talk, I want to separate between a trading platform that allows you to buy existing cryptocurrencies and ICOs and token offerings, which are kind of like securities, sometimes maybe still up for debate. And that's a different thing than sort of what we're doing at Coinsquare right now. Although I think a lot of the coins had an origin in something like that. So it's certainly a risky investment, there's no doubt about that. There's a lot of risky investments, but high risk comes high reward. And I think the securities regulators are weighing in on it from a consumer protection angle and are putting in place, like people like me in my roles, and like I'm an overall sort of compliance person at Coinsquare, privacy officer, AML officer. You know, these are concerns that we have too. Like, we don't want to have any tokens on our platform or coins on our platform that are going to take advantage of people and that are scams. So like, we're doing things that might be different and new than what you're accustomed to seeing in traditional securities markets, but that are still there behind the background to validate, you know, the validity of an offering. And some platforms, I mean, every platform does it differently. So we only have about 7 or 8 tokens right now, or coins, right now. And we're looking to the future to offer other things, but like with a cautious mindset and in discussion with regulators. Other exchanges might put anything under the sun on it, and then you really is caveat emptor. You got to do your own research and, you know, keep up for yourself. There's not going to be anyone there necessarily to protect you.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of it depends too. I know that even for Canadian exchanges within the Canadian context, we had a Canadian exchange that became insolvent 2 weeks ago, and it was the first time that I'd ever heard of them, was learning that they'd become insolvent. And the day that I heard about it, I happened to be out for lunch with a bunch of our lawyers, and we were talking about it. And what the exchange did was just tried to give back as many tokens to people as they could, and then said, and once we've done that, that's it, we have no more money, goodbye. The sense at that table was that they were probably going to get sued. And we'll see how that goes, but there isn't case law for a lot of these things yet. And so it's something that lawyers are trying to figure out, bankruptcy and insolvency practitioners are trying to figure out. And it's also muddied by, if you look at Coinsquare, if you look at Bitfinex, you can get in touch with them. They're humans, they are here, they are in country. Some of these companies, not the case. And so people are interacting with them without having a real sense of where the company is located, who's behind it. And that, I think, makes it a little bit more complicated as well.
Maybe to add to your point as well, to your point about her question, what's really interesting about, okay, let's call it interesting, for ICOs and token sales, traditionally when a company goes IPO, what they'll do is they'll issue stock to the public, right? And that stock is representative of equity. What's really interesting about ICOs and token sales is that this currency could mean anything. And so it's really important, if you are interested in these kinds of investments, to understand what you're buying. Because a token can represent part of a currency, like Bitcoin, or it can represent part of equity in a company, or it can mean absolutely nothing. And a company can just keep printing new tokens. And so part of the permissionless of the blockchain, or of cryptocurrency, is the ability to amend these rules and create new structures that never existed before, but could otherwise be not something of interest to most people.
Number. Actually, I was going to spin off of the question about the bankruptcy, that the answers from the panels, I'm going to put you guys on the spot, whether or not regular investments and things are protected and guarded by CDIC. So in the digital currency space, has that at all been, you mentioned Amber, the lawyers and whatnot, speaking about this, has there been any thought process or development in the way of creating something with the CDIC for the benefit of the event of a bankruptcy in that space? Up to guys?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, CDIC has its limits as well. But this is a new space, and CDIC didn't exist the first couple of years that banks came out either. So there is certainly a lot of discussion and talk about how to make it safer, but it might not look like people didn't get into cryptocurrency so it could be just like a bank. Trying to do something different, right? And we do want the safety and protections. It's just, I think it's going to have a different look and feel than what people are accustomed to. I think for the time being, if you read the terms and conditions of any cryptocurrency trading platform, you're going to find that the risk is yours and you take it. It's up to you to put proper security measures on your accounts, not only your crypto accounts, but your email accounts and your cell phone accounts. Security is your responsibility. I liken it to if you go to the bank machine and take $100 out and put it in your wallet and you drop that out, it's gone, you've lost it. There are solutions underway, and we always recommend people keep their tokens and coins in cold storage, so off platform, not connected to the internet. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So everybody likes using the same password. So I would advise you not do that or get a password manager, but there are solutions underway that might not look like CDIC.
Yeah, maybe to add as well, with Bitcoin, you can store your money and you don't have to trust anyone else. So what we do at ShakePay is we incentivize our users to send out their money into a wallet that they control. And so you can very well store money on ShakePay, and we take security very seriously, but we make it, we teach our users how to do it so that they can be in control of their funds, and so that they don't have to depend on a third party, because there's always that counterparty risk.
And I think in countries like Canada, we're very lucky with our sort of stable banking environment. When you think of countries that don't have a stable banking environment, keeping your money in a bank is something very foreign to people in different places. And it's just different concepts globally about ownership of money and where to hold your money.
Okay. We have one more in the back, and then I think we are at time.
I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but the question might have been asked already. I know you guys have problems with getting banking, but are you considering solutions? I think this audience would probably like to know whether or not you are considering any solutions with the use of Bitcoin or blockchain to help them in settling with their counterparties wherever they send funds to.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The microphones it's a little echoey up here.
Oh, sorry.
Apologies.
Okay. Maybe I just use my natural voice.
Sure.
No, I'm just wondering, I know that you guys have your own issues with banking, and whether or not you might be considering with the use of blockchain or cryptocurrencies to assist organizations like MSBs in settling payments with their counterparts.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people working on that right now. I mean, Coinsquare not specifically, but there's a lot of blockchain payment-based solutions underway in Canada and around the world.
I think Ripple, that's their whole business model is to help banks with payment settlements and just moving money from one place to another through the XRP coin. So kind of similar to the presentation we heard earlier, a bank basically buys a bunch of Ripple sends the XRP coin to this other bank who sells it and redeems it for the cash that they require. So kind of taking over the place of clearinghouse. So many in the industry are looking at solutions like that. Plus stable coins that again are looking at ways to replace the US dollar. So if you're looking at trading different cryptocurrencies, you know, the market's extremely volatile in this industry right now. How do you know, if you want to sell your Ethereum or your Bitcoin, whatever coin it is, but you don't really want to hold it in US dollar, what do you do? And you could look at a stable coin that basically their whole business model is to try and remain as stable as possible.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Will you guys be around? Are you okay if people have questions about crypto?
I'm sorry for my
Visit you on
lateness,
break?
and I'll be around all day if anybody has any questions.
Thank you so much.